So very good morning all. So welcome to SAP ABAP online training sessions. So we'll start the next concept, Smartforms, right? So we already done couple of examples, right? Last two sessions we have completed Smartform with a single, how to get a data. Second example, yesterday we saw that Smartforms with table formats. We have done with the styles and we have done with the text modules. So let's continue with templates today, how to create a templates, and then after that, how to call the smart form in a driver program. So usually we don't get executed every time, right? So we have to call this form in a report, okay? So whenever the order is created, and some driver programs, print programs should run it, okay? So let's continue that. So before moving to that, first template, okay? So there are two nodes. One is a text node and a template node, right? So what is text node? What is template? So graphics also we have done, right? Yesterday, that's a concept, table templates. So working with the tables, so tables are dynamic, right? So each and every table is dynamic. It will expand automatically. So whereas a template is nothing but so it is a fixed content, like based on our design we have to do. Right click, create a table. So this part is already done, right? A table part, then create a table, and this table you have to specify line tab, which line tab, line 1, line 2. So that's what yesterday we did, divided. So I'll show you that different patterns how to divide. So table always contain line tab. So total width of each and every column should be total width of table, so that is mandatory here. Next, procedure of creating table. Tables cannot be nested, right? It is individual. Smart form can display data in table format. That's the last session. Table can be designed independently. Any number of lines you decide, but the width matter, right? The size of the table depends on how much data an application program pass the parameter. Today we are working, or like you can enter 1 to 100, 1 to 1000. That's what it's a dynamic, okay? Table can cover one or more pages. That depends upon the number of lines. It is covering more than lines means that should be continuation page breaks, page 1, page 2, right? Continuation page breaks are required. So tables cannot be nested. That very well. Smartform divided table into header. There are three areas: header, main area, and footer. All right, so let's cover the how to divide with the multiple lines here. Multiple lines. So look at now. So let's go with yesterday's concept first quickly. So done with. Right. So go to Smartforms. All right. So here we did with the form table, right? So go to table here. So when I'm executing here, so when I'm executing right, so 1 to 100 or 1 to 1000, right? So run this code. So LP01 print preview. In this print preview, there is a header and all this, right? So I have not done any footer here. Hope you understood. The footer means like here, the footer should be like this at the bottom of the table, right? So footer, it is right required like this. So I don't want to divide each and every line. This some text here, then let's say total. So this is what next you have to do. Let's say total. This total should be print here, right? In that case, here I need a lot of 5 6 columns should be merged as it one line, right? You can write it something. Let's say for example 1 lakh. So you have to write in a rupees, 1 lakh rupees total, something like that. So that part you can divide it. So by using the line type, see that how to use a line type. So you know very well this we already done. Look at, let's open the first page. In a first page, there is a main window, right, where we did a table. General mistake, common mistake, first code then table please. Okay, so you can drag and drop it, that option you can make sure that make a note for that. Right, so table is divided header, correct, with equal cells. The next main area is also divided, but footer is not divided. But I don't require footer with these many columns. Okay, then how to do that? Double click on this in a table. So right now my table is only L1 pattern. The L1 is for header and main area. So let's go with the detailed. Then I wanted to create one more. So right, right, it's not taking insert. So yeah, now new row is inserted. Let's take it as a L2. L2. So here total is what? 16, right? Let's take it. The last one is 14. So 14. The next one is a 4. That's it. L2, so default is what? L1. So L2, based on the selection, have to do that, right? No page breaks. If you want, you can take that. No page breaks means it is like a static. You don't want to page break for the next, but mainly main window is for the main page breaks. Okay. Let's divide the footer because my so design part is done, right? So right click on this, create a table line. Footer, you decide. Footer should be which type? L2. That's it. Then only two cells, 14 plus 4. Right click on this, something to do that, create it. So just go to here, click, keep on click, then you'll get it last one as a general attribute here. Let's say grand total, like something. You write it anything. Next one, the next cell here, I wanted to print as a total that you practice. I'll show you how to do that. Don't do hard code, please. If you do hard code, right, so Sai Prasad, like your case is maybe it is like this. Okay, so like this. Okay. If you type it here, you don't get it. So always what I said. So drag and drop it, type it always in editor. Okay. Then only you'll get it here. Right, you bring it here, then it will work, because yesterday I saw that in WhatsApp your first column is not printing, right? That's the reason. So what you do this, uh, every table, so right, there is a calculation here. First you create some variable. This is just your assignment. For example, total type, like integer or ntgw something. Okay, total, you can take integer something. I just declared one variable where in a global declaration. Come back to the table, then there is a calculation here. Here you can take, you want total, field name is what? LV total. So the target, so before loop, after loop, target field name is what? I can take it as integer something. Just declaration of the portion, right? Because we are not using any event. So before loop, after loop, you can do it. So right, this you can check in the net. So I say it like, just do it some work, some kind of assignment, how to do the grand total in Smartform. You'll get so many blocks. So just come up and do that. For timing, what I'm doing, I wanted to drag it and drop it. So simple one, under global data. Right now, I'm doing NTGW as a grand total. That's it. You know, right, how to write the formula also. Right, you can write the formula LV total equals to NTGW plus NTGW something. Right, so the main theme, so I showed that how to do that L2 pattern. Just activate and run this. So when you run this, look at now. Right, so just run this code, then LP01 print preview. All right, see that. I think pattern is not selected properly for L2. Wait, which pattern? So double click on table. So L2 is there is no thick line, because go and select it right with the framed pattern. Now everything is with the framed, right? Then you'll get it borders. Activate, run this code, run this, then do it, run this, LP01, continue here. All right. See that there is a framed grand total. There is empty because 14 plus 4 is divided. Right. You do that. So that's it with a table with the different options. You can do it. All right. So the next concept, how to do the barcodes. Right. Barcodes first you have to create it. Okay. So first go to SC73. Before that, I can open Smart Styles directly in outside also. Right. So what is directly outside? Yesterday we did. There are two options to open. One with the Smartforms. Just go to Smartforms. Then we did styles here, right? This one is already created. Option one, Smart Styles. You can create it by using Smartforms inside. No confusion, no confusion. We'll take it a little slow. All right, styles I can create it here inside Smartform T code. That's the first option. The second option, there is a direct T code called Smart Styles. Then put it and create it. Yesterday we created, let's go and change it. So the stories are same here. Then we saw that there is a character format double X C1. C1 is like superscript and a subscript. If you don't take that, it is a normal, right? So look at this. There is a barcodes, right? And yes, Kamal, so you're asking that yesterday how to do that, no indent. Okay, we did paragraph character formats, times, font family, bold and underline. You decide, and just besides indent and spacing, then alignment is also there. So your text should be printed and center, indent space, like spacing before each character. Page protection is required. What is protection means? For example, any lines, it should not split. Let's say 1 to 5 lines are here. The next 5 lines, total 10 lines, 6 to 10 lines are printing in a second page as a P2. So here is a P1. What is protect? If you take this, if the lines are not sufficient here, it will not cut this. I'll repeat, if the lines are not sufficient to print on a first page, it won't split it into two pages. That's what page protection we took. That's what if it will not print directly, it will print in a one page only. That's what a page protection. Same paragraph, same page you quite you take that. Very it's simple tool as a smartphone. Next, this is what simple like a line spacing between each space you may increase that at 2, then you'll get it 2 to 1 space empty here. This is what LN line type, centimeters, millimeters, PT, like that. Okay, this is a way to do. And tab spaces also can decide. So right position, spaces and all. Numbering outline, you may create a P1, P2 numbering outlines. Right, so this is what a normal. So generally we do with a simple one with this font. Okay. Next, what is a barcode here? Because when I correct all barcodes are comes into character format. So that's what font family here is. Look at this, Times New Roman something, right? So font family and all. This is what barcodes you can observe here. Go to standard. In standard settings, here you can see the barcodes. There are system defined barcodes. Why don't we create it our own barcodes, right? To create your own barcodes, here to should appear, then go to SE73 and SE73 is a T code to create a barcodes, right? So to create a barcodes, first there is no direct change option here. So what you do that system fonts, system barcodes, you can take it, right? Or printer barcodes, whatever system barcodes. So there is no option first go and change it. Then if you go and change it, look at that's it. Observe here ARTNR, AUFNR, BLERM. You are getting like this, right? So means I have to create my barcodes here. Click create it, then create a new one. So let's say ZTR, write a morning batch, uh, SM smartphone. So write SM barcodes, smartphone barcodes. Click on continue here. Then put it. So what kind of barcodes you want? Code 93. So and see format. Some formats are there, QR codes and all. So right, just take it 128, whatever the standards, whether it is normal, rotate and all. It's like selected as a normal, then width and height. So we wanted to reduce that line, height and width. So we may create it like 100 small fonts also. Let's continue. Then yes, then new transport request number, SMP code, barcodes and continue here. It is asking some transport request number is done because all Z related at the down. See that there is just now we created Z as TRMBSM. That is what just I created. This is what my barcode. The moment when you create it here, it should appear just one step go out. It's kind of refresh and open the style again. Open the style again in a character format which we did yesterday, right? So they in this standard settings, right, barcodes, that's it. Look at that's it. This is what just now I created, right? So save it, activate like this. C1, wherever you select C1, so it is getting like a barcode here, right? So you cannot see the barcodes here. So simply C1 I'm going to allocate to my smartphone somewhere. Look at in a main area, the first value. What is the first value? Material number. Okay, this material number I wanted to print it as a barcode option or price, gross weight, net weight, something. Okay, just to understand, right? So select this. There is a character formats here. You go and select it. C1 is a character format. It gone. Something highlighted colors and all means it is applied. Activate here. Activate here. So run this. Right. Every time you have to observe now onwards. Please focus more. Every smart form it is generating one function module. The function module depends upon the interface where it's created, import, export table, exception. All this it is done at a function module level, correct? Very simple. Whenever you run a smart form, which one is generating? Function module, it plays a major role. Refer my the first study session of Smartform. I explain each and everything. It acts like interface between the program and so data like form. Run this. Then Smartform is executing. You enter your parameters. Smartform parameters you entered here. Then run this. That's it. So when you run this LP01, click print preview. Then what happened? Yep. So anyone try to log in? Suddenly, let's open again one more time. Smartforms. Right. So this is what our table. Let's activate this. Run. Run this. So with 11, run this. Cell P01 print preview. Yes, it's working. So that's it. See that the number that is displayed as a barcodes, right? So font also decrease with 100 mm. So that's it. This is what applied barcodes, and today's one applied with a line type L2, L2 divided with our own area. So that's it. You know very well. Font styles are very useful, right? Each and every case. So the next, that's it. That's it. So we saw that all this. Next here, hope you understood that is SC73 to get a barcodes. The next one here, I said very clearly, so you don't do, uh, we don't call this smart form, we don't execute this smart form like this. Then what surprise? Then we have to call the smart form in a driver program. So it's also called as a print program, application program. There are three names: driver program, application program, or a print program. Right? So look at that. What exactly that, and how many function modules you're going to call in a program. Look at that. So here we have to call two function modules. Our next topic is here integrating the smart forms into application. Application means SE38. So form printing is triggered always in a real time. So you don't go and execute preview. Always smart form you have to call it in a program. That's what call program by using function modules and or at two function modules or we have to call it here. The first function module, it uses the name of the form, determine the name of the function module. The next generated function module here, one is the generated function module. The next one is one more is predefined. The first predefined function module need to call. Okay, then therefore the function module, the first use which type of form you're calling, how many parameters you wanted to send. Simple, try to understand. Let's practical implement so that it is easy. Now my form is ready. So right, your form is ready. So go to SE38, SE38, right? Then copy this, just put it here. There is a proc. So I'm writing program, SE38 program, right? So this is, which program? It is executable program only. Executable program. Click on save it. Then save it here in a package. Save it. So click on continue. You know very well how to create simple program, nothing special. I just created one executable program as of now. Now focus. Right, so now I'm working with the Mara table in this examples. So then first do that all this start of selection, then select option. So here s underscore matner, there is a for Mara hyphen matner. Right, so my input is material number. Look at here. So I have to call, there is a function. Before that I want to declare one more variable. What is the reason? I'll tell you. Fm type, right, rs 38 l underscore fnum. So right, this is a variable I referred with the data element. Right, rs38lf name is a name of the function module short description. Right, there's a function name char 30. It's a it's a reference. Okay, so variable left side your name, any names, just put it reference to that. Next, start calling function module. Have a look at. I said there are two functions. One is generated function. The next one is predefined function you have to call. How to remember this function? We come across so many functions, right? BDC, open group, close group, so many function modules. At this point, SSF, what is our topic? Smartforms, right? SAP, Smartforms. SSF, SAP Smartforms, function module name. This you call it first. You call this function, right? Very interesting and important click pattern. As you know that everyone how to call function module. So just put it here, click on continue. Right, so when I'm calling this is mandatory. How do you know this is mandatory? Double click. When you double click function module, it is open function module in SE37 only, right? Go to import, see that there is not optional. Without option, this is optional. This is not optional means always you have to pass a parameter. Very simple. This should be anything name. Go and copy your form name. What is your smart form? Which smart form you wanted to call? You copy that smart form and back to your program and print it. Very, very simple. I'll take it like this. My form is ready. I say today onwards, stop executing, previewing here to preview. So we don't do that. So that's what was 3 days, your comfortable zone. We did that. Stop working that in a real time also because we don't write the code inside Smartform. The code part should be shifted here. That's the reason you have to call the program, sorry, call the form also here like that. One thing is done, right? The next one here, second function you call it, no confusion. Where is second function module? Every smart form, one function module is generating, correct? So that function module, it depends upon the way you declared here. But where should I get this function module name? Option 1. Run this, then 209 is your function module. 1209. Option 1. Run this, you'll get function module. This is unique. Maybe sometime it will change or depends upon your allocation of the smart form to function. Right. Next, option 2. Environment. So click on this function module. Click that. So there is option you can copy here. That's it. Right. So click on copy. Then I copied my function and then call this. You know very well how to call. Whether it is standard function, whether you use a different function, you click pattern, put it here. So there is a 1209. So continue here. Right. So generally the meaning is like this. This is function is related to, like, you have to open these two parameters. Normally the meaning is like this. See that this is my smart form. A generated function module is this. But we don't do this like hard coded and all. Like hard coded and all. Right? So what you do? First time you call it and leave it. Right? Don't do this. I'll comment it. Calling is mandatory. After that you comment it. So just to pass the variable LVF name in the place of function, we have to use LVF name. This LVF name you put it here. You may ask a lot of questions here. Why you're doing like that? But is this LVF name is a function module? No, it's simply variable. This is refers to standard data element. This is refers to standard data element. It's called name of the function module. Right? As RS38L is a function module. What is the reason why you're doing like this? I'll tell you. I'll tell you the story here. In a real-time case, when you're doing with development, QAS, and PRD production service, you are going to write a program here and quality server production. When you create a function module under development, so that this function module don't expect the same name here. You cannot work same function module, you don't get it. Are you getting? So what is my function module name? 1209. 1209 function, you cannot, it will not generate here. It may generate maybe 13. First of all, it won't generate. I cannot give you wrong guidance, okay? Because these two boxes are display mode. We'll work out some examples. So examples means some story, real time where you're working, what kind of project, what kind of methodology here. So all this I'll discuss later because separate topic ASAP methodology and SAP transports. That time I'll explain. Okay. Very simple. If I do hard coded 1205 like this, 1205 like this, If I do like this, I'm moving one server to another server, will it work? Because you give 1209, 1209 is not generating, it is generating somewhere 509, 1509. Definitely your program will get a dump error. Dump error, that's what you avoid this. You avoid this, put it variable name here. And because runtime, when you run this program from this server to this server after moving, system will identify for this smart form, it will identify like this, it will identify, it will map automatically same function module. So that's the reason this is called as a dynamic passing the variables. That's it, that's done. Next, when I'm executing this, one second. When you are executing this, I have to send 1 to 100, correct? Because I am not running my smartphone, I have to run this program, then exporting, do this two variables. You know very well all this very simple topic now. Because I already declared as smartner. This is what we did. Hundreds of program as smartner low and high. As smartner hyphen low. Now I don't require this. As smartner hyphen HIGH high. That's it. Low and high, low and high. With this I'm done. My smartphone is driver program is ready to call use pretty printers to align beautify your reports. I want pretty printer to be all caps that you can change it somewhere in the settings. You want small case, lower case that you can decide. All right, all right. I wanted to run this. I wanted to run this smartphone. Then go to here, 1 2000. No issues. Don't run your smartphone. Run your program. Same story. Here also it is getting LP01 print preview. When I click print preview, see that smartphone is generated. It is getting. That's it. That's it. I'm executing my program. I'm calling this for this function module. When you run this, which one is executing? Function module, right? When I'm running this, I'm sending this 1 to 100 parameters, sending to my function module. So when you run the function module, here it is, right? Through program, I'm sending what number you want, I can send it. If I'm running this, it is sending the data here. How it is sending? Because there is a function module 1209. So here it is exporting, program is exporting, form is importing, right? Importing and getting the data like that. So that's it. This is a way to call a driver program, irrespective of any smartphones where you're calling, right? This is option to do. That's it. Option one, what we did option one today, yesterday, last three sessions you did, you have written code, business logic, entire smartphone logic code you have written in inside form. In this today's scenario, I have not written any code inside SC38 program. No code, no SC38 code, no select query, sorry. Okay, just calling the functions. But what I'm seeing that tomorrow session, so we preferred we don't write code in smartphone. The code should also shift it here. No code for tomorrow session, no main code here. Only the design. Leave second step, right? Nicely design your form. Don't write it any code. Why it is like that? SAP says recommend everyone. Every smartphone we need a program, correct? Every smartphone should call it in a one driver program. In driver program, if you're calling driver program, if you're calling smartphone in a driver program, why should I write it code here? Because I have SC38 editor nicely here. I can write my SQL code here, get data into iTab. Now here iTab data, I have to send it back. No confusion, tomorrow's that's a session, shifting code to right side, and slowly we can work out that limit. Right, so let's continue with the one more topic. So we have done with the text modules, styles we did, barcodes we did, inside smart form, right? So one topic is pending, couple of topics. Look at that. So here there is a, let's close it one by one. What we did, attributes, output options, right? This one. Uh, Now I'll explain one small concept, spool request. Whether I'm generating, I'm calling, let's say, because the code part I have written, every complete code is written here, correct? Then that's what self-executable. Self-executable. Can you run this? Right? So just execute with a print preview. You are getting output. That's the normal story we did since 3 days. The next one here, let's assume that when I'm running this, let's say all 6 members, so 7 members we are using, right? Everyone at a time we have given the print. Everyone, like 6 members started taking printouts. Then our printer will take you in a buffer, right? It's like a spool in our language we used to call spool request. Now my next topic, I'm going to explain spool request. What is spool request here? There is LP01 is a print preview. In a real-time case, you will get it like HP printers, inkjet printers, whatever you can speak. You know how many printers in worldwide. That's your device, right? I don't want to click print preview. I'll show you that how the spools are generating here. Look at, take new spool request, then print it. I don't do print preview, print it. Spool will be generated one, so spool request. Let's come back. To see that spool request, there is SP01 is a new T code you're learning. SP spool 01. Enter that. Right. So with the today's spool, with this today's date, I wanted to show that how many spool requests are generated. Run this. Just now I explained executed only one, correct? See that the spool number is what? 479326. Click that. If you click that, it's there. It's there your form. This spool request for 8 days. That is what I can do some job schedules. I can take this spool to further use for the workflow. I can take this for the further many more in a real-time examples. Okay. Have a look at one more time what I did. Any form, run this through driver program also can run, no matter. After getting this, usually we do print view, right? Just take it, new spool, print it. Now I did twice. I did twice. Now I'm doing thrice. 3 times I'm doing now. Today only 3 times same output, or you may take 1 to 100, 1 to 1000, whatever the numbers. Let's go back. Let's go back. Which T code I have to open? There is a T code called SP01. Yesterday, today's, you can 8 days pull request is maximum. It says here. You can check while running time. Spool is how many days? Spool retention is 8 days, right? So run this 3 times. I've executed. That's it. Spool, right? So it is time tracing and all. Click that. That's it. That's a one topic spool request. That's a one. The next one here. So small topic is done. Next one here. There is LP01 because I said just now, uh, like HP printers, where should I configure all printers? This, of course, it is not your duty. It's our admin duty. Who is admin? Admin is nothing but basis. Basis, right? SPAD is a T code. One more SPAD. Click. So here, output devices you have to configure. That's fully, basis team side duty. But at least I'll show you that some spool request printers LP01. Just press F4. So click continue here. So what kind of devices are configured here? Output devices. So currently I'm using LP01. LP01 is my spool. Do not delete default printer device with the physical destination. Just this is what SAP given default. You have to configure your own printers, all right, to configure that display. Right here there is options. So generally you'll get it if you're change mode. There is a create, right, output device. Let's say ZTR, HP printer, anything, but I don't think so. It won't take, it won't print it, it won't configure. Just for the funda, out device type, output device, device type. Let's say all printers, something. Let's say smartphone, something. So we need to know that printer types. Okay, let's take it this. Right, spool request SP01 something, or leave it this. That's it. This is what you have to configure: which model, location, message, access methods, output attributes, admin duty. Leave it. All this. Just save it. ZTR HP printer. Something specify spool server. Yeah, it is asking spool server LP01. I'll give it. Wait. SP01 some spool. Save it. Everything is asking configuration host printer, you remember now 183 dot let's say 02.2.23 something. Save it. Dummy. Right, output device was saved like that. That is what SPAD configuration is done. Z, intentionally I did Z means at the last, right? So like that. So again SPAD, right? So click on display here. So there is a scroll down somewhere Z. Yes, it is a Z TRHP printer. So that is configured on ECC system, right? It won't trigger it, but just to understand your side. Now let's run Smartforms. Then run this execution. Then execute this. Run this. You can give your HP printer print preview like that, but you may get see that I configured printer directly. I cannot do ABCXYZ. If I run again, your printer is not this. For example, ABC print preview does not exist. That's it. With the help of this, we proved it how to print it. I configured my printer. With that also, I'm able to see the print preview, right? So if you do that XYZ I showed, let's say this is not a printer. It's not configured. Does not exist in the printer. So right, you just follow, no issues, no worries. We do in a training side always like this, and no worries in a real time. Just press F4. You selected which printer for your department. So that's it. So done with this concepts. Yeah, do you have any doubts? Please, you can ask now. So we'll close it and conclude. Today's highlight we have done with how to do the printer configuration, spool configuration. Then after that we did with this option, barcode option is did, and plus how to divide different line types, right? So maybe your fancy design accordingly can do that, right? So one more session pending, that will do it tomorrow's session. So templates, address window, and shift the code to driver program. That's the final and ultimate.